officially begin. The House prosecution panel has already filed one compliance certifying that the impeachment complaint did not violate the Constitution. Now, what's missing? A formal resolution from the 20th Congress affirming it will prosecute Duterte and ratify the actions of the previous Congress. Now, some lawmakers argue the second requirement is unnecessary. Akbayan Party List Representative Chel Jokno is expected to join the prosecution, claims this could be a trap.
Yun ang sa bagay na kailangan pag-aralan ng mabuti kasi baka naman maaaring maging trap nga yan. Nagkaginawa ng House yan ay sasabihin naman nila, nag-violate na kayo ng 1-year ban. Filing of an answer signifies kasi that the issues have been tried, meaning that the case is now ripe for trial. Again, if this in a court of justice, hindi ka pwede pagkala motion to dismiss dahil the issues have already been tried and dapat na mangyari sunod ay i-conduct na ang trial.
But the Senate Impeachment Court holds its ground. No trial until the House meets all conditions.
Kung makikita niyo po, yung order po ng Impeachment Court noong June 10 ay conditional po yung pag-set ulit po ng convening doon sa compliance po ng House of Representatives doon sa second order. Kasi gusto po nila na magkaroon na ng appearances doon yung House prosecutors at yung defense. Kaya po hinihintay po ng Impeachment Court as a condition sine qua non na ma-comply po ng House po yun. Yung po yung import ng second order po.
And as the political clash continues, so does the war of words between Vice President Duterte and Malacanang. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro fires back after Duterte once again called the Marcos administration dumb as they question her frequent trips abroad.
Bobo talaga. Diba? Hindi nga official business yung... Kasi... Kailangan ko pa ba mag-explain? Sige, kailangan ko mag-explain ito, no? Kasi ang kausap mo medyo mahina. Kapag gumagamit ka ng pera ng gobyerno, yan yung official business. Kapag hindi mo ginagamit yung pera ng gobyerno, mag-leave ka at yan yung personal. Kapag personal siya, at walang gamit ng pera ng gobyerno, hindi mo kailangan mag-report. So, ganun lang yan ka-simple.
Ang kakulangan po sa kaalaman sa batas, sa ethical standards, ay hindi po maikupublik sa pagmumura o pang-insulto. Simple lang naman po, bakasyon o trabaho. Siya naman po ang nagbanggit na trabaho. Pag nagtrabaho, dala ang posisyon, dala ang bandera ng Pilipinas, dapat ipalam ano ang naging magandang resulta sa pagtatrabaho. Kung walang ma-report, baka walang natrabaho.
Meanwhile, opposition to former President Duterte's interim release from the International Criminal Court is growing. Newly seated Makabayan lawmakers immediately filed a resolution urging Congress to oppose Duterte's release and to stand with the victims of his bloody drug war. A human rights lawyer calls Duterte's request unusual.
And an allegation that a person is old isn't the ground for interim release. An allegation that the person is sick isn't the ground for interim release precisely because you have healthcare facilities at the detention center. Previous interim releases were granted after a trial. So this one is being sought even before a trial has started. In fact, the pre-trial hasn't even happened. That's the one scheduled in September. So not only is this unusual, but this is also outside of the practice of the ICC. There's a pattern here in which Nick Kaufman, lawyer Rodrigo Duterte, has tried to undermine not just jurisdiction, which he has every right to question, but to essentially raise political challenges. The court kidnapped Rodrigo Duterte, the arrest was illegitimate, while at the same time asking the same court to grant interim release. So namamangka sa dalawang ilog. And I think That's the problem here.
While Duterte remains detained at The Hague, a new Opta survey shows majority of Filipinos want the country to rejoin the International Criminal Court. The Philippines withdrew from the ICC in 2019 just as the court began probing Duterte's drug war. Opta's founder says this reflects a national hunger for justice. Palace spokesperson Claire Castro meanwhile gave assurance the president listens to public sentiment.
Ganun pa rin po yung lumalabas. Pag ina-explain po sa mga kababayan natin yung kakalagaan ng ICC as an institution to protect rights, to ensure the rule of law, to reinforce both justice and how to say this, limit impunity. Mukhang naiintindihan lang yung value niya. Pero yung awareness niya medyo mas mataas ngayon.
Ito mga sentimiento po ng ating mga kababayan ay dinidinig naman po ng ating Pangulo. So tignan na lang po natin sa mga susunod na araw kung ano po ang magiging saloobin ng Pangulo.
And in Duterte's bailiwick in Davao, a for sale sign in his family's home sparks buzz. But it was taken down days later. Duterte's partner, Hanilet Avancena, says the house felt empty since Duterte's detention in The Hague. But the former president's son, Representative Paulo Duterte, says his father refused to sell the house, calling it his first big purchase with his own money. Now, in another twist, a witness who earlier testified against the Dutertes and disgraced Kingdom of Jesus Christ leader Pastor Apollo Kibuloy now claims Senator Risa Ontiveros paid him to lie. Michael Morillo, or alias Rene, claims he was paid 1 million pesos by the senator to link Duterte and Kibuloy to firearms smuggling. Ontiveros denies this, calling it a blatant lie. She has now filed a cyber libel case against Morillo and other individuals sharing what she calls fake news.
Michael exposed people who trusted the Senate with their stories. And these are people who were already afraid. Now they are in danger. Again, yan ang talagang kinagagalit ko. Hindi lang ito paninira. Those responsible for this video crossed a line and they will be held to account. To those behind this, you don't scare us, but you should be scared of the truth. Because no one gets to endanger our witnesses, my staff, or harass the Senate with impunity. We will not let this slide.
But Ontiveros also scores a win as a Manila court invalidates Alice Go's mayorship. Now, the court rules Chinese national Go Huaping and Alice Leal Go are one and the same. COMELEC Chairman George Garcia calls this a wake-up call and wants Congress to pass a law to prevent another Alice Go from taking office.
It tells na yung finding at recommendation ng Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations and Gender Equality laban sa human trafficking ng mga pogos at yung marami pang krimen na na-unearth, nakakabit ng pogo na yan ay vindicated. Pati ng isa pang branch of government ng judiciary. We still have to remain alert. Hindi pa tapos ang problema sa pogo.
Sa ating palagay, there should be a law that will allow the COMELEC to require additional documents for purposes of the filing of the certificate of candidacy. What do I mean by that? Dapat hindi lang po COC. Dapat we should be able to require even the attachment of a birth certificate. That will be to drive away those who are impostors, those who will be misrepresenting. Medyo matatakot na sila.
And finally, China sanctions former Philippine Senator Francis Tolentino. He's now banned from entering mainland China, Hong Kong, and Macau. Beijing accuses him of egregious conduct over China-related issues after he authored the Maritime Zones and Archipelagic Sea Lanes Acts. Tolentino calls the ban a badge of honor, vowing no foreign power can silence him on Philippine sovereignty. And that wraps up this week's top stories. I'm Stanley Palisada.